mash till I slip and crash. I'ma mash till I slip and crash. You ain't even really gotta ask. I'ma mash till I slip and crash. Until I slip and crash, never change. For the simple fact that the truth remains. Make every exchange be a fair exchange. I'm just saying, bitch, you silly if you didn't think I was privy to the games you playing. Stay on my toes no matter what. Trying to pluck my feathers, but I'm not a duck. I said what's up to see what move the bus. I parlay, I don't pay the fuck, just in case you did.
Yo, what's popping? What's cracking? What's shaking? What's happening? Top of the morning to you, and that goes for the evening and afternoon too. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you're making the best of your day today. As you probably know from the intro, I want to chop it up to you about music. You know, how it was different once upon a time and how it's changed over time. You know, how it evolved, whether for the good or for the bad. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's important because music is a part of most of our daily goings and comings. You know what I'm saying? It's a part of our day at some point in our day. And what you put in dictates what you'll put out. So, you know, without further ado, let me submit to you, you know what I'm saying? To me, the theme changed, like coming from the 90s up until modern time. You know what I'm saying? You still had remnants of that theme, like in the early 2000s, but then it kind of like shifted, you know what I'm saying, from that point beyond. And then not to say that in the 90s, the theme wasn't changing, you know, vice versa, you know, depending upon what they put light on, you know what I'm saying, what they promoted, perpetuated, what they promoted, you know what I'm saying, pretty much, you get what I'm saying. But the theme, to me, in the 90s was love. And check, you know, follow me down this road real quick, because we can go into many different directions, but follow me this way real quick, you feel me? The theme was love. If you listen to 90s music, 90s R&B, I'm a 90s baby, so let me tell you, I'm not trying to come off as biased, but 90s R&B put me at ease, you know what I'm saying? Keeps me mellow, keeps me cool, especially when I, you know what I'm saying, SWV, 702, you know, you talking about TLC, Brandy, Monica, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? That shit put me at calm, because if you listen to the melodies, they speaking about love. How they trying to make it a reality, what they expect from somebody trying to build with them, how it can go wrong, you feel me? You see what I'm saying? Even, you know, can we get freaky tonight? Got so many things on my mind, you feel me? Like, that shit, it's like groovy. You know what I'm saying? Put you at ease. It's about love. Whichever way love goes, you know what I'm saying? Their definition of that love, you feel me? And that was the thing. Now, in that same time period, in the 90s, when the love theme was more prevalent, you know what I'm saying, was the thing that people was bumping in their cars and at the crib and everything like that. What I feel like the industry began to do was promote more of the hostile side of the music. And let me ask you this. Do you believe that art represents or imitates life? Or do you think life represents or imitates art? You know what I'm saying? How you feel about that? Because how I feel is life is going to invest in art, because wherever you are in your current position in life, those are the experiences you have to go off of to invest into your art. You feel me? Now, as your lifestyle change, maybe, you know what I'm saying, the new circumstances in your life, the new occurrences in your life, you also invest into the art. You feel me? So now the art begins to promote or perpetuate a certain lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not in that lifestyle genuinely anymore. It's not coming from a sincere place. So what you're investing into the art at the start is sincere. And if it's hostile things going on in your environment, you're going to invest that in the art. You know what I'm saying? Inventing, assuming that they're speaking from a sincere place. Now, there are some phonies within the same, you know what I'm saying, art frame, you know what I'm saying, within the same networking, you feel me? But I'm talking about those coming from a genuine spot. What they were doing was investing, inventing their life into the art. When their life changed, they invested what was changing into their art, according to their observation and their view of life at that time. That being said, there's good and bad in life. You feel what I'm telling you? So if the industry is in charge of promoting to the people what the people should consume, as far as music, we're speaking about music, so musically, you know what I'm saying? If the distributors, the promoters, because it was all about labels at that time, so all the labels had all the resources to promote certain types of music. You feel me? So that theme of love in the 90s was being promoted. It was being picked up by the people because we were more, you know what I'm saying? That's how you get things like Freaknik in the 90s, you know? That was like a time frame of just the theme being love. However that love is, you know what I'm saying, understood. People think of love differently. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm talking about the theme was love, love making, love. You know what I'm saying? That was the theme. That was being promoted by the labels. The people were soaking it up. And then our lives reflected what we were soaking up. So if that's what we're listening to on a daily, you trying to get in Babyface and see what's happening, you feel me? You might hit her with the on the bended knee with, you know what I'm saying, Boyz II Men, trying to see what it is. Like, you feel me? On some love kind of, you know what I'm saying? Kind of thing. Why? And then the shift came again in the 90s where they started to promote more of the frustrations of our environment, which is reality as well. You know what I'm saying? And you cannot sit here and say that within your family, even today, and we're gonna talk about how it changed, you know what I'm saying? This is one of the factors that made it change. Our environments got worse. Our conditions got worse, as they still are getting worse. You can hear it in the music, you feel me? But it began getting worse, so therefore the music is gonna change. And whoever's in charge of promoting that music is gonna promote what the people are drawn to. And at a time like this, people are drawn to negativity. You know what I'm saying? There were times back in the 90s, negative things occurred, your emotions are gonna make you draw closer to negativity, so therefore, you're gonna feed yourself that which promotes that same feeling. You see what I'm telling you? So as they began to promote that side of it, you feel me? And let me say this again. I was gonna say this. You cannot sit here and tell me you don't know somebody in your family, if it hasn't happened to you, you know what I'm saying, that drug addict, sold drugs, been shot at somebody, been to jail, fighting the cage, running from 12, you know what I'm saying, or busting at 12, whatever, you know what I'm saying? All these factors that are being invested into the music, you can't say that it's not relatable in some way. I'm not talking about those who listen to the music to try to imitate, you feel me? Because I listen to music based on what I can relate to, if I've been through it or it's something that I've thought, you know what I'm saying? I've never listened to music to go and live out what was being said in the music. That's for a lot of our youngsters. I feel like those younger than me, I'm not like an old head. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to come off as like one of those old heads that be like, hate everything that's new. I'm not that dude, you know what I'm saying? Because some of the new shit be jamming. You feel, excuse my French. Some of the new stuff be jamming, bro. Like, I can't sit here and lie to you. I'm not going to cap like that. I'm not going to do it. You feel me? It be jamming. But what I'm trying to say is what's being promoted, what's being, you know what I'm saying, what's the common theme, or whatever the common theme is what the people consume. You see? And as the conditions in life change, if you believe that life imitate or represents art and vice versa, you feel me? You feel what I'm saying? Naturally, the art is going to change. So that being said, that common theme being love, what they began to promote more was the hostility that was being vented in most cases, in some cases, from a sincere place, that natural frustration being invested into the art. You feel me? They started to promote that, and then they had control over the media and how it's being promoted. You know what I'm saying? So they, you know what I'm saying, compromised the narrative. Do you feel what I'm telling you? You see where it's going, and then you get music like we get today. Because it's all about who controls or who is in charge of, let's put it like that, who's in charge of promotion, the narrative. Because if you're an artist, you see what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about the 90s time. If it was all about labels, if you're an artist, you want the people to consume your art to get your revenue. If you're trying to get somebody to consume something, you have to promote it to them. You feel me? You have to narrate it in a way that they can relate to make them feel like it's necessary for them to add it to their life. So therefore, whoever's in charge of the promotion of the artwork, you feel me, or the product, is the person that dictates the type of consumers, you know what I'm saying, what the consumers are consuming for the purpose of their consumption, you know, whatever they're coming for. The person that's putting it out to the people, you know what I'm saying, is the person that is in charge of the draw. That being said, if somebody dictates that or is in charge of that and not the person creating the art, you can't dictate how the narrative is being shaped about your art. You feel what I'm saying? Fast forward to today. In my opinion, now you could disagree, feel free to do so. Ain't no hard feelings, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I feel as though music today is more in the coercive vein, you feel me? Whereas the love theme is no longer there. You do have exceptions to the rules, you know what I'm saying? You got people like, you know, LMA or, you know, SZA, and, you know what I'm saying? You got, what's Jasmine Sullivan? You got people still singing about that love in the modern time, even today. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying the common thing is more of the negative or hostile factors within our environments, especially in the climate as it is today, you know? Especially now. Everything that you're listening to right now, you feel me? You can't say that something that they're saying, however they put it, however they flip the verbiage, you feel me? It's not something that you cannot relate to or you saw with your own eyes, you feel me? Even if you didn't experience it. Everything being said today, whatever you bumping, listening to, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you listening to, thumping, you feel me? Whatever you bopping to, you see what I'm saying? You can't tell me there's something that's being said that doesn't pertain to you. And then you pair that with the rhythm, because we're rhythmic. I feel like those of mine, those who share my heritage, we're rhythmic by nature. You feel what I'm saying? So therefore the rhythm draws you in. So if it's jamming, it's jamming. No matter what they saying. Nothing against those who flipping verbs on the track, you know what I'm saying, on the music. Nothing against them people, because everybody's saying something. There's something being put to the music for you to recite, you feel me? When I'm talking about the movement, the rhythm is what gets you. Think about this, you know how when you was young in like elementary school, how'd you learn the ABCs? I know you probably heard this before, but this is just to prove the point I'm trying to lay to you right now, you feel me? A, B, C, D, E, it's rhythm to it. But if they would have just said it like A, B, C, D, it would have been harder for you to retain it as a child. You see what I'm saying? I went to an all-black elementary school, so of course everything was rhythm. They taught us things with rhythm. You feel me? Because that's how we, you know? And I feel as though there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being a people of rhythm, because that's how you go off vibrations, off energies. You know what I'm saying? Where I feel like inherently those of mine are more in tune with their ancestors, with the realm that's not physical. You see? That'll be a video for another time. We're not gonna go off into that route. Music is the topic, so check it out. What I'm saying that to say is, it's the rhythm that gets you tuned in to the words being recited. So everything being said, there's something that's relatable, but you retain it because of the rhythm. You feeling it. It's a bop, you feel me? You with it, you moving to it. And then, bam, you start hearing the words, you picking up the game. You see? So I feel as though that's what draws us in, even to today's music. People might say it's negative, whatever. Da 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 da. Blase. You feel what I'm saying? They gonna say whatever. But you can't deny that it's jamming, that it gets you moving. And if you listen to it enough, just because it's jamming, you're gonna soak in what's being put to you. Say I'm lying. So that being said, when the theme changed, the rhythm elevated, or the beat, the instrumentation elevated as far as what draws people, because these people study this. You know what I'm saying? They study what the people want. They study why the people want it. You know what I'm saying? The same way they infiltrated the Panther movement in the early 70s, you know what I'm saying? The same way they put people in spots to gather information, to get a better understanding of the people they're infiltrating. You don't think they did that with music? If it's coming from us, our art form, what we're contributing to society, you don't think they're gonna put their hands on that? So they know what the people bop into, what the people like, what draws people. They study this. Frequencies, music, you know, all that. So you don't think they're gonna evolve the instrumentation over time? So if that evolves, the theme is now no longer love, but now it's the hostile environment, what I survived. And there's nothing wrong with talking about what's true to you, like what you survived through and things of that matter. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm talking about what they promote, what they put to us. You feel what I'm saying? We can entertainers are just entertainers. You feel me? We cannot put more on them than their title warrants or what they actually are doing. Not to like slap a title on anybody, you know. I'm talking about what they're doing, what they're producing. If that's what they are, because you are what you produce as far as actions. That's what you are. So if they're manifesting the entertainment action, they are entertainers. You should expect nothing more from them. If they contribute more to our tribe, culture, you know what I'm saying, society, whatever, if they do more, that's a plus, but they're in our public vision because they're entertainers. To expect more is actually a travesty. Like, why would you do that? You're actually setting yourself up to let yourself down. But I feel as though that comes with them being the proprietors, you know what I'm saying? The holders of resources by way of their talent or their entertainment. Because how this country got us, you feel me? They put all the resources in the hands of all those who entertain us. And therefore, those who are in our public view, we see them with the resources. So now we're expecting them to do something about our collective plight. Because money doesn't separate you from the tribe as far as the treatment society deals that tribe. You know, it doesn't separate you, whether you identify with the tribe or not. You feel me? The resources don't change your position in society, no matter how much resources you got. Now it's gonna be on you whether you share them or not. That's on you. If you don't, cool. Do, cool. Either way, you're still a part of us. So I'm saying that to say, you know what I'm saying? That's if they do more, cool. They decide to do less, cool. Don't look to them. That's what they are, and that's cool. That's how they make their living. You feel me? So I'm saying that to say, though they might be saying something you feel like it's detrimental, they need to be doing more, standing up. You know what I'm saying? They're entertainers. They're doing what's going to get them paid. You feel me? Do I agree? That's not for me to say. I'm not the judge of how somebody get their money. You feel me? Because we are living in a society that is a business. And that also contributed to the change from the music in the 90s to the music we have now, is the amount of revenue that the art form was generating. Once the money got involved, you're talking about business? Business? Bro, there's nothing they won't do to keep the money coming in. Meaning, if the people are more drawn to the negativity, if that's what's getting people's attention, that's what people are captivated by, they're going to promote the hell out of that. Why wouldn't they, for the sake of their business thriving? You think they care about you in that way? That they would spare your hardship for they making a dollar? You come on, man. So of course they're going to back that if there's money involved. Because what we say here is picked up by everybody around the world, musically. We're still speaking about music. You know what I'm saying? Because again, the rhythm. We're rhythmic people, whether here or across the globe. That's our being, that's our nature. You feel me? No matter how far apart we drifted from each other, that rhythm is still there. That energy is still there. Our ancestors, by some kind of bloodline, still are tied. You feel me? All the restraints here cease to be once you leave. You feel me? I'm saying all that to say we reaching across the globe. So what I'm saying, it generated more money. That's a big export on behalf of their business. Of course, they're going to try to put their hands on it to control it, to make it work for them. And they're killing two birds with one stone, because if you promote negativity, and again, life imitates art and vice versa. Life represents art, vice versa. You feel me? That's going to be perpetuated among the people from which that art form comes or originated. Do you feel what I'm telling you? So money, of course, business contributed to the switch, the flip of how the music changed. You feel me? Definitely, business. That was a major part of the change. Why do I feel like this is important, you might ask? And if you didn't, please let me share with you. I feel like as of today, you know? There's so many options at our disposal. You can choose what you consume. Now, that's not me telling you you should just get on a straight neo soul kick or just straight gospel music. I'm not telling you none of that. Jam what you jam to, but jam to if you know something gets you to feeling a certain way. If music move you like that, you know what I'm saying, and you're the type of person that is influenced to the point where you'll bust a move off of that influence. Be moderate in what you're putting in. Mix it up, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be an advocate. Go back to the 90s and check out some of that music, because let me tell you, believe you me, I wouldn't lead you astray. You know what I'm saying? It's jamming, even till today. You feel me? It's like, bro, it's timeless. It's timeless music. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a 90s baby. I am a 90s baby. That's what I came up on. But I'm telling you, to this day, it put me at ease, bro. Like, if it's tension, you feel me? And then the harmonies of women just do something to my soul. Like, it's just my... You know what I'm saying? It eases my being, bro. The way they be putting them together, you know what I'm saying? Go back and listen to like SWV and them, you know what I'm saying? Go back and listen to even, now we can talk about going back further than the 90s too. I be on that too. With the SOS band, the Gap band, you feel me? The Vibration, bro. And even then the theme was more along the lines of love, you feel me? Again, it might have been misogynistic, it might be outdated, the concept, but their philosophy, their outlook on that love is what, you know what I'm saying? That's what you need to feed your soul, bro. You feel me? That's what you need to feed your soul. Every once in a while, not all the time. I'm not telling you to change up your diet and music. Whatever you like is what you like. It's cool. I just wanted to bring this to your attention because I feel like it's important to say and really think about the music, you know? Like, the young ones are the ones that's retaining, by way of that rhythm, what we're playing. You feel me? And I'm not trying to preach to you and be like, man, turn that off because the shorty right there. Nah, jam, do what you do. Again, I'm pro-choice. I'm for you to choose whatever you want to do. I'm not finna tell you what you should and should not do. Do it. Cool. I'm just trying to present a different perspective to you. You know what I'm saying? Moderation is the best bet when we are not even in control of the output. There are independent artists though. Let me touch on that too. The independent aspect is very important as well. But again, that goes back to the exposure, the attention. It might take longer for an independent artist who is speaking from a sincere place, you know what I'm saying, whose life is being invested into the art. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna take time for them to get that look. You feel me? They might be putting out something that needs to be heard. But again, now it's become a business. It's no longer just you going in the studio, venting your frustrations and struggles, or speaking about love, singing about love, and then bomb. You know what I'm saying? Let the labels, you know, shopping and stuff like that. Nah. We talking about business. Like, you need to have this handed in at this time. And, you know what I'm saying? The world is watching now. You see? It ain't that. Making your own, you know, it ain't on that no more. It's not a genuine art form no more. It's business now. That's why I respect those who go independent, because though they might not get the look early, if they stay dedicated and true to what they investing in, you know, and keep allowing their life, their genuine life, to represent or be invested into their art, that's a necessary contribution to our culture, to our tribe, you know what I'm saying, to society actually, because this whole society get their style from us, you know what I'm saying, they get their lingo from us. Everything we put and invest into the music influences the world, not being like no delusions of grandeur, but you could see it, bro. You could see that. I'm not lying to you. Everything we do. So that being said, those who go independent, you know, handling their own business, you know what I'm saying, not signing contracts that are a detriment to their flourishing. You feel what I'm saying? Because if you're investing time into something, you're gonna want a return on what you're investing in. That's natural. That's natural. So why would somebody else be in control of the time and the amount that you receive for what you put in? That's where they got us in the 90s. You hear so many stories like TLC, you know what I'm saying? Somebody else was in charge of their business. They was putting out the content, the music. They were putting out what people were jamming to. You see what I'm saying? Somebody else in charge of their business, they weren't getting what they was owed, you feel me? Had they went independent, they all would be millionaires right now. I don't know, I'm not counting their pockets or nothing. I don't know what they got. They might be millionaires, you know? But I'm saying they would have got to millionaire status a lot quicker if they was in control of their business. You see what I'm saying? But as time goes, so we grow, or so we should, you know? And over time, you know, more people are going independent, which is good. Now, you feel me? You gotta have faith that putting out positive will get you that same reward as putting out the monotonous negative, or the monotonous, what's the word, lavish, you know, a fantasy of a free, lavish living. And, you know, you spending a lot of money, that's cool. I'm not hating on nobody spending no money. I'm not hating on nobody getting money. But I'm saying there's plenty of other things that you could touch on that that you could make jamming too if you got the gift to do it, that the people need, you know? So I feel like it's important to have a balance, definitely. Because again, going back to the 90s, in the 90s, there was the theme of love. That was the common thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of 90s babies out there because that was the time. And then I'm talking love also, like in self-love, love of self, black pride, that kind of love. It was like, that was the thing. You see what I'm saying? You had the more conscious rappers and conscious hip-hop artists back then in the 90s, more so, you know? That's what I'm talking about, love as an overall unconditional love for not only you, but the love you manifest for those of you, you know? You see? But even though that was the thing, love, you did have the opposite end of love, you know what I'm saying? The war, you feel, conflict, hostility. You see? It was both. So that being said, you know, it evolved depending on what was being promoted, where the light was being shown. You know what I'm saying? That was the determining factor. That was the determining factor. And it's important to have that balance because there's a dichotomy in life. It's not always gonna be about love. Sometimes that war does come into play. And I feel like those genuine artists in that time was just venting, you know what I'm saying? Venting the hostilities, especially if they just experienced it or if they just was in contact with somebody that experienced it, their family, you know what I'm saying? Their comrade. You see what I'm saying? Of course, that's what's on your mind. That's your life. You're putting it in, not knowing it's gonna be a big business in 2000, you know what I'm saying? So-and-so. You know, you're not knowing. You just going in and being an artist, creating. They had the foresight with all the labels and stuff like that to put a price tag on it. We weren't evolved in our economic understanding at that time because of how they held us back prior to the 90s, you know? We haven't had time to study economics, finance, business. We just venting all, you know, we made it art. Everything we put our hands on, you know what I'm saying? We make the best with less. All the time, no fail. The 90s music is proof of that. Even before that too, I'm not saying that we didn't have success, but you want to talk about labels doing people dirty? Beyond, like past the 90s, you know what I'm saying? Before that, they was doing us super greasy. Taking credit, no payment at all. But in the 90s, it got better, but it was still not good. It wasn't up to par, you know? You see what I'm saying? So, that being said, we make the best with less because our struggle was real. It was our life, what we were going through, you know what I'm saying? Put into on music, on wax back in those days, you know, on CDs, you know what I'm saying? Later in history, you know, we just put it into the music. Not thinking business minded because it was genuine. We weren't trying to get nothing back for it at the time. Of course, time changes. It became a business. Now you want whatever you putting in. I want something back now. But then when they changed the rules on what's being promoted, it's no longer the theme of love. Now we're gonna start talking about, let's start putting a light on this hostility, the conflict, internal, external, police killings, them killing each other, you know what I'm saying, all that. Let's put a light on that. Let's promote that. And then brothers still, or sisters, they still want their check based on what they invest, you feel me? So if that's the thing, I gotta get down with that to get paid. I guess that'll be the way, you know? Who can blame them for that? That's why self-determination is important. We should have kept that feeling in the 90s of self-determination and proceeded throughout history that way, to the current day, you know? We should have proceeded that way instead of trying to cash out. And I might need to do a part 2 on this because I can go deeper into detail about many other things, but I think I'm gonna leave it right there. Hopefully you felt me. Just keep jamming what you jamming to. You know what I'm saying? Like just now I was just jamming SWV, Can We? You know what I'm saying? That's why I had bust out and singing earlier, you know what I'm saying? Because I still felt it. The vibrations, I had to let y'all feel that, you know? But yeah, keep jamming what you jamming to. Keep on jamming. And I'm about to get back to jamming right before I slide out the crib. Y'all take it easy. You know what it is.
It's so divine, but so malignant. Lately my patience has been running thin. Let me ask you this, if I snap, have I sinned? It's in the eye of the beholder like beauty. Foolishly believing I'm weak, cause I proceed in peace. Now I seek to commandeer the peace I lent. Now it's hot like hell's pitch. Won't forgive nor forget or repent. Pray to who? Top of the food chain, not according to you. Why shall I subscribe to a pair